Disgaea 4, A Promise Unforgotten, originally released on the PlayStation 3 back in 2011, with a version also releasing on the PlayStation Vita in 2014 with the subtitle A Promise Revisited in the West. Well, it now joins both the original Disgaea plus Disgaea 5 in getting a complete edition on the Nintendo Switch. But how does this one stack up? Well, I'm Glenn for SwitchUp, thank you to NIS America for the review copy, and now let's find out. The central theme of Disgaea 4's story revolves around the politics of the Netherworld. You take on the role of Valvatores, a once tyrannical figure who now finds himself stationed in Hades, the Netherworld's prison, eating sardines whilst being assisted by his loyal servant, Fenric. Devoid of his power due to a promise he made long ago, Valvatores has been given the least desirable job in Hades, being that of a Prinny instructor, taking the souls of human sinners and putting them into the Prinny bodies. However, due to a government, or corrupturnment in this case, initiative, his Prinnies are taken from him before he can give them the sardine reward he promised them. This leads Valvatores on a course to become president of the Netherworld. Gameplay wise, Disgaea 4 is a turn-based strategy game, much like its predecessors. The action takes place on an isometric playing field, both in and out of battle, and you can use either the left stick or the D-pad to move around. You begin the game in the hub world of Hades, and this includes a number of different features that will become available to you as you make progress, and we'll touch on some of these in a moment. Talking to Miva at the top of the room will allow you to choose which episode you wish to play, and you will then be transported to this area. From here you will engage in combat. You begin by calling out your available allies and moving them where you want them to be. You do not need to complete an action for one character all at once, so for example you can move all characters first and then return to the character and command them to attack, allowing you to be as strategic as possible as the actions are not carried out until you press the execute option, brought up by pressing the X button. You have human type and monster type allies and each have their own unique abilities. As well as basic movement and attacking, there are a few more features to Disgaea 4's battling, and I'll try to explain some of these now. First, you have team attacks, which occur when you have between 2 to 4 allies placed next to each other on the map. Attacking an enemy when placed like this will see characters team up to deal more damage in a single move than would usually be possible. There are also combos which occur when you aim consecutive attacks at a single target, and attacks get stronger the longer the combo goes on for. Next, there are special attacks, which can range from magic attacks to healing spells, but also include character-specific specials selected from the command menu. Specials cannot be combined with team attacks, although they can be included in combos if you select it as the final attack. Magi-Change is a monster-specific ability in which a monster ally can change themselves into a weapon to be used by a human type. This will do extra damage and will earn XP for both characters. However, after 6 turns, the effect will wear off and the monster ally will not be usable again for the remainder of this battle. Monster Fusing allows you to combine 2 of your monster allies together to create one huge monster, although this consumes mana each turn, and of course they would become an easier target being so big. Another feature of the Disgaea battle system is that of lifting and throwing, which I believe was in the previous Disgaea games. In order to reach certain points on the battlefield, you may need to lift an ally and throw them towards enemies or onto higher ground. You can even lift certain parts of the terrain. Each character will have a number of panels that they can throw someone forward, as well as a maximum height that they can throw as well. New to this game was the ability to stack multiple allies into a tower, with particular abilities, which we'll come to in a minute, available to be learned that will allow you to cause some hefty damage while doing this. It could be a little awkward at times selecting the exact square that you wanted to move to, or picking out one character in a crowd, although the game does assist you with this by allowing you to rotate the camera clockwise or anti-clockwise by pressing the L or R buttons. You can also zoom in and out by holding down the Y button and then again either pressing L or R. I also liked that you could skip some of the special move or battle animations by pressing X, as although these are fun to watch the first few times, they do begin to slow the action down as you progress. Some of the animations though did not seem to be skippable, such as the Magi-Change animation. Battles are won by defeating all enemies, and you will gain both money and mana for victory, as well as other bonuses, and you will advance the story. Defeat will give you the option to retry or be returned to the Hades hub world. There are other features such as geo effects, but including any more would make this review way too long. The battling system is fun and fairly straightforward, with team attacks and specials allowing you to go as deep as you want. The difficulty curve was quite fair, and you could learn the basics early on while still feeling like you were making progress. Talking of the hub world, let's look at some of the other features that you will find there. Very soon into the game, you will unlock the weapon and armor shops and can purchase items here to equip to members of your party using the money that you gain in battle. And you can also preview the item on a character to see what effects it will have. Each ally will have a weapon that they are particularly proficient with, and the game advises that you stick to these classes early on. There is also a general store where you can obtain health potions and other such consumable items. You will be able to learn the aforementioned abilities by using the mana that you receive in battle. Abilities are special abilities that you can equip, and you can equip up to 2 of these to each ally. One of these will be unique to the character's class, while the other can be learnt via the abilities shop. Each character has their own mana points, and mana is only gained in battle by the character that deals the killing blow to an enemy, so this is worth bearing in mind when planning the order of your attacks. You can however buy mana potions from the store too. As well as buying new skills, you can also spend mana points to boost the ones you already possess. There is a healing station, and it's important that you heal your party up after a battle, as if you do not, you will enter the next battle woefully underprepared. It costs money to heal or revive fallen characters, although you will earn rewards that accumulate over each of your visits here. Then there is the Campaign HQ, which is a grid-based map where you can place evil symbols, and also access the Senate, where you can attempt to have bills passed to unlock certain effects in battle. Additional to this, there is the item world, which sees you enter a weapon or item and play through a number of floors in a dungeon, and the further you get, the more you level up that particular weapon. I'm led to believe there will be an online mode added after launch, so obviously I couldn't try this, although from what I could ascertain, it will let you create and share maps and challenge others to pirate duels, and I believe a similar system was included in the PlayStation 3 original. As a relative newcomer to the series, it was areas like the Campaign HQ and Item World that began to make things feel a little bit overwhelming. But to the game's credit, it does introduce these new mechanics slowly, and a lot of the time I just opted not to use them. I was still able to make progress in the story, with the caveat being I needed to replay earlier missions to grind for levels a bit more, but as said, there are the systems here that if you learn how to use them properly will negate the need to grind, but of course it's there as a failsafe option for newcomers who are struggling with the greater depth the game offers, which all in all seems fair. In terms of what is new to this complete edition, it was quite difficult to find exact details, but from what I've read, Disgaea 4 Complete Plus brings together everything that was available in older versions of the game into one complete package. It also includes all of the quality of life features that were introduced in Disgaea 5 Complete, such as auto-saving after a battle, so playing this one will not feel like a step back if you are coming off the back of 5. Gameplay is thought-provoking and deep, if a little overwhelming at times to newcomers, and scores 17 out of 20. Whereas controls work fairly well, I feel some menus could have been fused together to make checking a weapon forte and then equipping it easier, for example, and selecting units is a little bit fiddly even with the camera rotation, and they receive 15 out of 20. The visuals in Disgaea 4 are created with 2D characters against an isometric background. Characters have a look which is similar to previous installments, with long flowing capes or scarves in high demand, spiky hair in abundance, and male characters having their chests on show a lot of the time. Although characters talk via static cutscenes, these are drawn well, and with a few different animation stances used, they certainly do the job. The battlefields are interesting, with a level of verticality that adds an extra layer of strategy to proceedings. Audio wise, Disgaea 4 is fully voice acted, and this leads to some humorous lines, such as Valvatore's reprimanding Aprini for forgetting to use the word dude at the end of every sentence. Some of the speech was a little quiet though, and cannot be heard easily against the music at times. Regarding the music, it has a nice range of melodic and soothing to humorous and whimsical to fast-paced and action-oriented. Visuals are bright with a nice use of colour and a variety to the episodes as you move along, and they score 16 out of 20. Whereas audio is charming and dialogue fairly amusing, and it scores 17 out of 20. Disgaea 4 Complete Plus costs £44.99, €49.99 or $49.99, although it does currently have a pre-order discount of 20% off until the 28th of October. In terms of content, this is certainly a fair price, with the main campaign itself if you ignored absolutely everything else, probably taking you around 40 to 60 hours, and if you try to do everything, there's easily 200 plus hours of content. This model means that Disgaea 4 is the same price as 1, but cheaper than 5 in the UK, but is the most expensive of the 3 in both Europe and America. Just something to bear in mind if you are in the market for just one of these games. There is a physical version of the game available, with the cheapest I've found it so far in the UK being about £39, so cheaper than the eShop version without that discount, and you also get a couple of trinkets with the physical version, including a bookmark and a campaign poster of Valvatores, and value scores 19 out of 20. To conclude, if you are a fan of the Disgaea series, then you are about to have another couple of hundred hours worth of game to complement parts 1 and 5 that are already on the Switch. If you have never played a Disgaea game before and are curious, this is a good one to jump in with. There is a lot to take in, and like I said, some of it, such as the campaign mode, were quite confusing at first, but the turn-based action is fun and as deep as you want it to be. Disgaea 4 Complete Plus gets a SwitchUp score of 84%. Many thanks as always everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do remember to leave a like if you did. A quick thank you to our Patreons as always for your continued support. If you want to join them, the links will be down in the description below. And thank you to each and every one of you for watching our videos. It's very much appreciated. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.